Hey folks, it's Patriot Nurse, and today the subject that we're going to talk about is the survival lessons that have presented themselves in the Haitian cholera epidemic. And let's talk just for a minute about the things that created, or some of the contributing factors to the cholera epidemic in Haiti. You have an impotent government, no ability really to respond, a crippled healthcare system, and the straw that broke the camel's back was hurricane. And the unfortunate thing here is that cholera is, nobody has to die from it, right? It's mainly caused, well, it's caused by an infectious organism that invades the GI tract through contaminated water, contaminated food. And as a result of this organism infesting the body tries to get rid of it, and you see huge volumes of diarrhea. And the problem with diarrhea in and of itself, in a limited sense, is not necessarily a bad thing, because it's the body's natural way of getting rid of an infectious organism. But especially with little children who do not have much fluid volume to spare, losing all that fluid can make them crash pretty quick. And the same with adults, right? So let's talk about some of the things that have presented themselves within the Haitian cholera epidemic and lessons for our applied survival mindset. One of the things that you will notice very quickly when you start doing research on the Haitian cholera epidemic is that antibiotic resistance is again rearing its ugly head. And the CDC put out last month, that today is December 28th, and on November 15th of last month, the CDC released on its website the sensitivity culture. Basically, they take the bacteria and they expose it to a bunch of different antibiotics and see, okay, what works and what doesn't. Check this. Cipro has reduced susceptibility, and the bacteria is resistant to sulfasalazole and a couple other things that are pretty common. But what the CDC did find is that azithromycin, Zithromax, tetracycline, and doxycycline were shown to be effective against this particular strain of cholera. This set of information right here, this is another concerning flag for me, because what it says is, again, that antibiotic resistance is a problem, and especially with Cipro, because if you look on the CDC's website, and a lot of doctors will tell you this too, when you travel to foreign countries, especially third world countries, everybody takes Cipro with them because they're afraid of traveler's diarrhea. Well, let's say that you have a loose bowel movement, well, random person A takes Cipro, and it's this vicious cycle. So antibiotic resistance has shown to be a problem in the Haitian cholera epidemic. However, there have been a few things that have shown up that are good things for us to practice. And one of them is oral rehydration therapy, okay? Oral rehydration therapy is very, very simple. And when practiced, especially early, especially with children, when implemented and practiced early, it can significantly reduce the mortality rate for cholera. Okay, and this is not just limited for cholera. This is pretty much all infectious diarrhea, because the issue that you are dealing with infectious diarrhea is because you're losing so much fluid, you're also losing your electrolytes, okay? And when those things get screwed up, it is a cascade of really bad effects to the body. So I'm going to give you a link here. Click here, and this link is to a fantastic website called rehydrate.org. And at this website, they will show you how to make your own homemade oral rehydration salts, okay? And this is great. This is really, really important, okay? Because if you can intervene early in the process, when, especially a child, when somebody is starting to show signs, okay, this diarrhea isn't letting up. If you can intervene early in the process, you can keep them out of the hospital, and you can hopefully ensure that their body will be able to kick this, okay? The main staple of cholera treatment is not antibiotics first, folks. A lot of people, I think, have gotten the wrong idea about me, that I'm because I've done a couple videos on the antibiotics to store. I think a lot of people have gotten the idea that I'm pro antibiotics, just throw them out there, and I'm just not, folks. That's not it. Antibiotics are for when your body cannot kick something and you have evaluated the risks and benefits objectively of med treatment. This is the same with any drug, and you have determined that the net benefits outweigh the net risks associated with taking medicine. So cholera treatment is not based on antibiotic therapy primarily. The main treatment for cholera is oral rehydration, keeping those fluids up, because if you can keep the fluids up, you can prevent things from getting really bad. Antibiotic treatment is only considered when things have progressed to such a level that you have severe dehydration and severe diarrhea. That's when antibiotic treatment is considered. However, there is a thing that's being used right now, a cornerstone of treatment, especially with children who have contracted infectious diarrhea, and that is zinc. Zinc. And I want to say it's like 10 milligrams a day for kids under the age of 6 months, and like 20 milligrams a day for kids over the age of 6 months. I will give you a link here. I'm not 100% sure. I will give you a link here to that. But zinc supplementation is showing a lot of really, really promising evidence and really good results in decreasing the overall stint of infectious diarrhea with children, including diseases like cholera. Now, the things that we need to take away from the Haitian cholera epidemic are, number one, the importance of prevention. And how do we prevent cholera? Clean food, clean water. And there are a myriad of ways to get your water clean. Big Berkey water filters, I have one of those. They're kind of expensive, but they look really nice. Those are a plus. I'm also going to give you a link here to how to create or how to build an inexpensive filter, ceramic-based filter, for ensuring that your water is purified. Bleach is also another alternative. There's a bunch of things you can do. But folks, one of the things that you see in Haiti is when cholera struck Haiti in October, I mean, they haven't seen cholera there for decades. So you have a population that really is not all that familiar with the disease, number one, and two, how to deal with it. They didn't have adequate water and sanitation. And folks, I mean, this could happen to us. This is not a Haitian condition. This is a human condition. And the same thing could happen to us in the United States. It doesn't have to be on a national level, but it can absolutely happen to us. So having a method to purify your water is huge. Like, it's way important. First step to dealing with the disease is to prevent it. So also, let's view the cholera thing in a kind of circle method. We want to prevent the disease first. Clean food, clean water, good disposal of your hygiene, using latrines if you don't have flush toilets, that type of thing. Washing your hands, big thing like that, okay. So prevention. Also recognition, early recognition of the disease. With kids especially, this is important because they don't have a lot of fluid volume to spare. If you start noticing that kids having watery stools, like rice water type of stools, intervene. Get them some fluids. Carrot soup, rice water, coconut, like green coconut juice. There's bunches of different things, and I'm going to give you links here. Please look these links up. They're like way important. So recognize and early recognition of the disease is big too. And treatment, oral rehydration. If that doesn't work, get them to a place where they can receive IV fluids. In my opinion, I would like to try and deal with the oral rehydration first, because especially if you're dealing with a pandemic, you're going to be dealing with a whole lot of other sick people too. And I don't want my kid or I don't want my family member in the same place with a lot of other sick people too. It's just not a good thing, okay? So try and treat that early. And then after you've dealt with it, let's try and manage and contain the infection. This deals with everything from post-mortem care to adequate disposal of waste, washing of linens, etc. So I'm going to give you some links here. Please look up the CDC link right here. It's really, really good. I don't say that about a lot of things for the WHO and the CDC, but I think it's really, really good. So hopefully it's been helpful for you today. Just want to put the info out there. And for now, this is Patriot Nurse signing off. See y'all later.